morning, ladies and gentlemen. John Belkowitz here from Intelligent Concrete. Starting to get a little bit warmer out. Whitney and I were up early this morning watching the sunrise, and it was felt like it was like 40 or 50 degrees out. It was just absolutely beautiful. Spring is slowly coming in, so we had a great conversation about new and emerging technologies. I get to go to a couple of conferences over the next month and a half to talk about some of the new and emerging things that are coming out into the industry. And we got into a deeper discussion about, why people say no to new and emerging technologies, which we've talked about many times in many different ways. And one of the things that I wanted to address was getting over the hump of dialing in a new technology into a workhorse mix. So, let's say we're working on a project with a client who's got let's say a liquid admixture that needs to be sequenced into the back of the truck after the headwater's gone in and most of the other materials have already mixed up. What we might find with the additive is that the first go around of getting it into the back of the truck, you might see a little bit of tightening. Working with one client, we weren't on the job site with them, or we weren't at the plant with them, and they had sequenced the admixture a little bit early, let's say, and they didn't have a reference mix, and automatically, because of that tightening, they went through this tighten effect. They had to add more water at the back of the trunk to maintain that slump that they normally see. Now, a couple bad things has happened. I'm trying to set up a what-if scenario here, and a hypothetical, if you will, but this is, based on real events. So more water was added. It was a hotter morning than normal. Results came back 37 and 28, much lower than the reference. And when I saw all the values, especially the temperature of the mix was almost 20 degrees higher than the reference mix, my comment was, hey, they really weren't mixed on the same day. Are they really? Can we compare them, this and that? And the ready mix provider said, that's how it is. We don't have to do the mixes on the same day. The temperature doesn't change anything. I like to be on job sites to help recognize when we can actually call something a reference, because if you're not adding the same amount of materials, even in a plant where you might have plus or minuses because of ASTM C94, which allows those, you have to get as close to a combination of the wet and water and cementitious materials between both mixes, or at the very least water, cementitious, and slump, to create some type of comparison. Something needs to be kept constant between the reference mix without the new technology and the reference mix with the new technology, to really identify where we're getting a feature and benefit out of said new technology. So that's something that we were talking about, how sometimes we can get a little bit frustrated with folks who aren't patient with that. Hey, didn't work the first time, and it might not have been in the technology. That just might have been the ready mix plant. For some reason, there was more water in this truck versus that truck. Somebody didn't backspin a truck. The moisture probes were off. Whatever it may be, the thing that I have found about new and emerging technologies is, or any technology, even if you're getting a high-range water reducer to replace the one that you're currently using, you've got to be patient with those first 2 or 3 mixes in the back of the truck. That's why I always do 5 cubic yards in the back of the truck, or half the truck. I mean, it's not terrible to throw that away, but it's not 3 cubic yards, which is a little bit more sensitive to residual water. And I'm very, very strict on backspinning the drum, not washing the fins, testing everything you do. You have to be as accurate as possible, but also patient with the size and the scale of the materials that you're working with. So let me know if you have any questions about getting new technologies into the back of the truck. I think we're writing an article on it through Concrete Construction at Technical Transfer, so it'll go into a little bit deeper that technical transfer of getting technologies from the book to the lab to the real. Crete, that is. Anyway, have a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know what I can do for you. Go Concrete! Beat asphalt!